Huh? To bring a Sakhi, will you be here? Not next week, not with the week after. Yeah. Sakhi weekend. So it's the 12th of April. Yeah, so Sakhi weekend. Yeah, but Reshpal, you're not done Sakhi, have you?
Not for ages, Baj. I'm not here though.
Oh wow. Okay. Huh?
Neither are you. You're not here either. No. No, it's in the calendar.
Is it 12th of April?
Mm.
Yeah, she's fine. I'm probably on early anyway, so yeah.
Oh, you can do it?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't do it, then Prabhu can do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Your son can do it then. Yeah?
That's it.
That's it.
Sorted now.
Is that okay? Yeah? That's it, what you have to do now.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Let's move on to Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's Jivan. It's really interesting for the past couple of weeks, the way where Maharaj have gone, who they've spoken to, the things that have been said, the conversations that have been taken place. Today is a really great one as well. Just to recap on last week, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj have gone to a place called Kanchi, which is a place, the land of Shivji, and the belief is, even to this day, in their faith, they believe that if you die in that city of Kanchi, then you automatically get liberated. You automatically get mukti. You come out of the cycle of life and death. But Guru Sahib Ji said that it's not Shivji's vidiyai, it's not Shivji that's doing that, it's the power of Naam that gives you mukti, right? And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj reminded them that Bhagat Kabir Ji, just to prove to everyone that it's the power of Naam, they left Kanchi and they went to a place in Banaras that was cursed, that if you died there, you come back as a gada, come back as a donkey. We've shared the story of why, where this Mahaprabhu did a bhajan. It was because Shivji's son, Ganesh, he went and kind of sabotaged it, if you want to think of it that way. And then it was cursed, that place was cursed. So a Guru Sikh, Guru Sahib Ji said, there could be anywhere in the world. You could be in a Shamshan Ghat, you could be in a cemetery, you could be in Sachkhand and Harmandir Sahib, Darbar Sahib. You do Simran in both places, that's what's going to get you mukti end of the day. That's what, as Maharaj reminded everyone, no matter what you do, if you don't do Simran, everything else becomes kind of useless. You know? So if you do Seva, you do the Kamai, you do your work, charity, if you give Dhan, all that kind of becomes useless if you're not doing Simran. So Maharaj reminded everyone it's the Simran that saves you end of the day, and that's what's going to get counted up when you go in front of Dharmaraj. Ki Simran kinna kita, let's have a look at that. And that's one time you've done Simran with full love, that can be your savior, that can save you when you do go in front of Dharmaraj. So Guru Sahib Ji explained all this to the Pandits and the Vidwans there, the scholars, big scholars, that nothing more powerful than Naam. You can't get mukti in any other way. And then hearing this, the Vidwans were shocked and they were speechless almost. We left it there last week. What will they say next? Let's praise Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj through Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Bani, where we're just reminding ourselves and each other that the greatest of the greatest is Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, that will protect your honor in this dark age that we're living in right now. Gyan Tyan Kich Karma Na Jana Sar Na Jana Teri Sab te Vadda Satguru Nanak Jin Kal Rakhi Meri Sab te Vadda Satguru Nanak Jin Kal Rakhi Meri. So these big Vidwans, these scholars, were left speechless after what Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj said to them. They said, Maharaj, there's so many names for God, there's so many names for Bhagwan, it's not like there's only one name. But from all the names, can you tell us which one gives you mukti, which one gives you liberation. Is it Allah, is it Ram, is it Vasudev, is it Hari, is it Gobind? Sanu Abji Dasso, which one gives you liberation? Please tell us that beautiful name. Guru Sahib Ji then said, and look at the example that Maharaj is going to give. And these examples are from like mere mortals like us, so we're able to easily understand better. Maharaj always got down to the level of, so the people that they were going to save, Maharaj literally went down to their level to explain it to them. That's how great our Guru is, right? So Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj said that, imagine just like in a river, there's so many boats, and any one of them boats can get you across the river. Any one of them boats. You just have to sit in that one boat and get across. That moment when someone goes onto the boat or into the boat, the boatman helps that person get on. Then that boat is what gets them across. In that same way, the boatman is Guru Sahib Ji, who helps us by giving us that Naam Di Daat. So that boatman is Guru Sahib Ji and that boat is Naam. Then you get carried across this world ocean. You then get all the Sukh Maharaj Kende. And Maharaj goes, there's so many names for Vaheguru ki anek ne in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. There's so many different names. But as Gursikhs though, we do Simran with the name that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj gave us, which is Vaheguru. Guru Sahib Ji continues saying that whoever has listened to his Guru, they have been saved from this world. Whoever listens to their Isht, whoever listens to the bhajan of their Guru, they get saved from this world. And I mentioned it last week as well, it's all about listening. Even the technique of doing Simran, listening to, when you're doing Part, when you're reading Gurbani, all you have to really do is, you don't even have to, this is the power of Naam and the power of Gurbani, you don't even have to understand what you're saying, you just have to listen to the words. Now there, I'm not saying don't try and understand what you're saying. Of course, listen to Katha, listen to the meanings of what Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj or what Bani is telling you. Of course, do that. But the reason why I'm saying that, sometimes we've had that question in the past, that if you don't understand it, is there any point reading it then? Of course, there's a point of still reading it. That's the power of Gurbani, right? It'll still clean you from inside. It'll still clean your soul, so you carry on doing it. But we just have to listen. And Maharaj sanu remind karte ya ki tusi Guru Sahib Ji's bhajan suno and you'll get sukh. So when you listen to Guru Maharaj, when you do understand what Maharaj is saying, try and apply that to your lives. If Maharaj is saying get up Amrit Vela, Maharaj is saying it for our pala. It's not benefiting Maharaj in any way. It's benefiting your health, your everything. All these top successful people in the world, if you want to use that as a measurement of success, which we don't normally, I know, like, money and stuff like that, but not even money. All that, if you look at other successful people who aren't rich, one thing they've all got common is they all get up early in the morning. Now the reasons why they get up early in the morning vary, they're different. But if you read about some of their lives, another common thing they do have is they meditate in the mornings. But other people will get up in the morning so they can start work early. But barakat hundiya if you get up at Amrit. Barakat means you get a lot, half of your day starts off on a positive. You get up early hours of the morning, you can get so much done when it's peaceful, when it's on. One being the main thing is doing Simran, is doing Bhat, is doing Bani. You can do it in peace and where there's no other distractions at that time. Guru Sahib Ji kende that whoever's listened to his Guru, they have been saved from this world then. So one thing to take away from today's Friday Night Sikhi is that just try your best, make that improvement within your lives. Let's listen to our Guru Sahib Ji. Let's listen to what Guru Sahib Ji sanu ki kende ne, o karo. Maharaj kende Amrit Vele utho, try your best to get up at Amrit Vela. Maharaj kende ki Amrit Vele uth ke fir ki karna hai? Simran. Do Simran. Guys, even if we were joking, we were having jokes with it, we were having a conversation with a Singh once. He was saying that even if you do think of it like this, right? He used the word loophole, which was, we started laughing at that, you're trying to trick Maharaj. But it wasn't. Maharaj said, ki पल के उठ हर नाम ते आवे, that you're going to get up from Amrit Vela and naam te auna hai. Just do Simran. Maharaj hasn't put a limit on that time. Maharaj not said 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They've not said inne minute karne ya, phir next do the next step. Maharaj just says Simran karo because Maharaj knows everyone's ability is different. Some people might sit there for hours. Person like me will sit 5 minutes max and then that's it, I have to get on to the next thing. Nahi ta neend aun lag jandi hai phir. But Maharaj kehande Amrit Vele utho, let's try and do that. Maharaj kehande Simran karo, try and do Simran. Maharaj kehande fir baad cho ishnan karo, do ishnan then, have a shower, have a bath, whatever. And then while the sun's rising, read Gurbani. Maharaj just set your day up perfectly in such a positive way that now when you start the day, whatever comes your way, whether it's difficult, whatever, you'll be able to handle it with ease, better than the next person who gets up really late. There's something we should try and strive for. Maharaj kehande ki oh jiri kishti a oh bande nu par utara ho janda ona da fir. And then Maharaj goes, you will get all that sukh. Hearing these words, eh bachan sun ke Maharaj de ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਡਿਤ ਸੀਗੇ, the pandits do a ਬੇਨਤੀ, ਉਹਨੇ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੂੰ. They say, Maharaj, ਅਸੀਂ ਗਰੀਬ ਹਾਂ, we're poor, we haven't got naam di daat. Maharaj, do kirpa on us and bless us with naam di daat. Look, they're coming into Nimrta which aake, and they're doing a benti. Again, look how you ask from Guru Sahib Ji, how you do ardas. Bar, time and time again, we get reminded of this. Over the past 5 years, 5 ਸਾਲ ਲੰਘ ਗਿਆ ਹੁਣ, 5 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ number one thing is Maharaj always said do Simran. That's one teaching we definitely take away from this. Every single week, ਹਰੇਕ ਹਫਤੇ Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ Simran ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰੋ. So that's one thing we take away every week, yeah? And the second main thing, in my opinion, is this. Maharaj is teaching us how to do ardas in front of Maharaj. Ki Maharaj age ardas kiਵੇਂ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ. Whoever's done a benti to Maharaj, whether they're pandits, whether they're sadhus, whether they're siddhs, whether they're raja, whether they're poor people, whether they're sinners, they've always started their ardas ki Maharaj, you're the greatest of the greatest. Tusi mukti data ho, tusi ta kisi nu bhi taar sakde ho. Maharaj, you can do anything. You've got all the powers in your charan. Maharaj, the way they do it, and look how they're doing it. They go, Maharaj, asita gareeb haan. Let's not forget, they're the biggest scholars, Vidwan ne. And then now they're saying that asita gareeb haan, we're poor, we haven't got naam di daat. Maharaj sade utte kirpa karo and bless us with naam di daat. Jiri naam di daat Maharaj sanu do. They come into Nimrta, they said that we don't know anything. Sanu kuch nahi pata. This reminded me of a great Mahaprabhu called Sant Mohan Singh Ji, Pindra Wale. So Sant Mohan Singh Ji was a student of Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji. Really great saint. Sant Mohan Singh Ji had so much knowledge like these Vidwans. Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji even said, like, if you mention, so any Katha Vachak out there now, just mention Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji, everyone will know that they still listen to Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji recordings. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ recordings ਸੁਣ ਕੇ Katha ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. They do Katha on stage by listening to their recordings, because they've done the whole translation of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji have. The knowledge they have, I mean, they said in front of the whole Sangat that the most knowledgeable person who's got more knowledge than anyone else is Sant Mohan Singh Ji. Sant Mohan Singh Ji used to always say to their students, because then they started teaching, Sant Mohan Singh Ji said some really beautiful things. They said to all their students, they said, you could have all the knowledge in the world. When you go and sit on stage to do Katha, ਜਦੋਂ stage ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਬਹਿਣਾ ਆ ਕਥਾ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ, ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਾਉਣਾ ਆ, ਬਿਰਥੀ ਐਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਆ. Mindset should be such that you're a 5-year-old and you don't know nothing. ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ. If you go with that mindset, they also gave this tip that do Mool Mantra for 1 hour before you do a talk, before you do Katha, do Mool Mantra for 1 hour. With the mentality that ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, Maharaj ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਕਥਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਉਣਗੇ ਫਿਰ. And Gursikhs have told me that when they do that, they've come out with Pangatiyan, with lines of Gurbani that they didn't even know they knew. They didn't even know that I knew this Pangati. Off by heart, they'll just say it. And they're like, I didn't even know that Pangati, that line. You know? or they'll say a whole tuk of Bani, a whole verse of Bani. But they said that we don't know anything. These Siddhs are saying, these Pandits, Vidwans are saying, sanu nahi kuch pata. But inna sanu jarur pata hai hun. Now we don't know this. We have now grabbed onto your Charan Maharaj. Asi thode Charan fad liya hun. We can't see anyone else that can save us. Doing your darshan, all pains get destroyed. Look at the all the things that they're saying, which are amazing, right? Having darshan of Guru Sahib Ji, I know I keep on going on about it. Like whenever this comes up in Friday Night Sikhi, but karan ki it's our duty. Sada farz banda dasan da, right? Ki I've seen the benefits of it firsthand. Other Gursikhs will tell you as well the benefits firsthand of doing darshan of your Guru on a daily basis. Try your best to get up to that point where you're getting darshan of your Guru every day. Again, I know at the beginning I was saying with kids, when you share Sakhyam with them, and take your kids to the Gurdwara every day. I promise you, you'll get to a point that if you feel lazy, or if you come out with an excuse that we'll forget going to a Gurdwara, it'll be your kids that say to you, no, we have to go. We have to go. You get to that point, but having darshan of Guru Sahib Ji is so important, very important. Look, the importance of having darshan, we learn that from listening to our itihas. We learn from listening from our history. Itihas chon Bhai Murari Ji di sakhi aundi hai. Bhai Murari Ji during the times of Dhan Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, our Tiji Padshai. Our Tiji Padshai, Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj vele. Sangat ji, now what we start listening as we talk and share history is that Guru Sahib Ji, what we learn is this. That Guru Sahib Ji have come particularly for the sinners and the downtrodden. One thing for sure is, because again from past, jado koi sawal puchda hai sanu ki Sikhi bare ki main ta edda main ta bada papi how will I get saved? How will I even? Because when you start hearing some of the Sakhiyan that we hear, ऐदा साडे मन विच आ जांदा कि चलो वो तां गुरु साहिब जी दी गल हो रही है, जां महापुरखां दी गल हो रही है, जां ओ these amazing गुरसिख उन्हां दी गल हो रही है, जे मेरा की बनूगा? I do so much pap, what will happen with me? But the truth is, Maharaj has come for people like us. People of Maharaj have come for. Why do you think Maharaj have gone to people like Goda Raksh or Pumiya Jor or Sajjan Thag? Maharaj have gone to all these papi bande, and they've gone there right to their place, and right in front of them, they won't save them. Maharaj have gone right to them. So don't ever lose hope. Don't ever think that what will happen with me. Maharaj definitely got your back. Maharaj can definitely save you if you just take that one step towards Maharaj. Just all you need is that thought. And we learned that from this Sakhi during Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj de time which Bhai Murari Ji hoye. Bhai Murari was someone who had leprosy. Basically, they had a rog, a skin disease over the whole body, to a point where they couldn't move their hands, they couldn't move any of their body because they would scream. They would scream in pain as soon as they move any part of their body. No one would come near them. Their whole family they said that you can't stay in the house because this got spreaded everywhere. They threw them out the house. Bhai Murari Ji was at a point where they weren't even allowed to spit on the floor. So they had to keep a pot hanging around their neck, a pot, so they would spit in the pot. Later, people would start swearing at him, people would start saying bad stuff at him if he ever did that. And no one would ever go near Bhai Murari Ji. Can you imagine how they must have felt, Bhai Murari Ji, that no one is coming near me, no one is even asking if someone had there, they'd throw a roti from far towards them, like you throw it to a dog. That's the life Bhai Murari Ji was living at that point. Bhai Murari Ji heard Gursikhs, one day heard Gursikhs doing part, and they heard the Gursikhs talking about the greatness of Dhan Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj. All they heard was the greatness of Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj. When the Gursikhs were saying that Dhan Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, Namanya de Mana, Nathamaya de Thava, that person that's got nowhere to go, Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj is for them. Neasraya de Asa, that person, Jirana Asra koi hai nahi, that person hasn't got no support, Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj is their support. he's hearing the greatness of Dhan Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, and he's getting peace. ਉਹਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਆ, and all the pain that he was having was going away. ਉਹਨੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ I'm just listening to the greatness of Dhan Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, and ਮੇਰੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੂਰ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ. My pain is going away just by listening to the greatness of Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj. ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ. I need to get darshan of Maharaj now. From wherever he was, ਕਰੀਸ ਕੇ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਆ that because he couldn't walk, he dragged himself for days. He dragged himself across the ground, across mitti, across the tarti, all the way to Goindwal Sahib, where Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj were residing. Jithe Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj sige. He drags himself all the way there, gets to the darbar, and then he wants to go in, but the Gursikh stopped him. Said that you can't come in. The code lagya hoya tenu. You've got code. You can't come in. Aida nahi aa sakda tu. Ye bhi sara Maharaj da kheda. This is all Maharaj's khed. Guys, you know when you walk on this path, Maharaj will test you. Maharaj wants to see how badly do you want this thing, right? How badly do you want it? And then but you shouldn't think negative. Ki Maharaj menu test karde ya. Maharaj imtihan mera le rahe ne. Aida nahi kade sochna chahiye. Maharaj is testing you, yes, but Maharaj is testing you to make you a solid Gursikh. It's to make you really, really solid, really strong. And the example that I've heard in the past is just like a blacksmith or a person that's going to make a sword gets that one lump of metal that looks ugly, that looks any lagdaya. He'll get that one lump of metal that's got no worth to it, put it into fire, and then start beating it, folding it over, putting it into fire again, beating it some more. Keep on doing that process of beating it, putting in fire, beating it and putting it in fire, until it gets to a point where it becomes a really beautiful sword. Eddain Maharaj does that with their Gursikh. If you want to walk on this path, Maharaj is going to start testing you. Maharaj wants to make you a solid Gursikh. Then in that same way, Maharaj does this kid, Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj does this whole play and gets the Gursikhs to stop Bhai Murari Ji from coming in. Bhai Murari Ji hear this and get upset. But Bhai Murari Ji man vich ki main darshan karne hi karne hai Maharaj de. I want to do darshan of Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj. So then he just sits outside. For days pass, he's not eating or drinking anything. He gets to a point where he needs darshan of Maharaj, just like a fish needs water. Bhai Murari Ji needed darshan of Maharaj. Days pass by, now these Gursikhs that stop them, they've got Daya in their mind, within them, and they think that, you know what, this person, especially Hoga, that's staying here, not moving, he's not eating or drinking anything, and all he wants is darshan of Maharaj. And then Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj nu sara pata si. Gursikhs went to Maharaj and said, Maharaj koi khas min laga thanu milna aaya, someone special has come to meet you. Maharaj kende oda intezar hi assi kar rahe hain, we're waiting for him. Tusi edda karo, take a chadar with you, take a white sheet with you, wrap him in that sheet and take him to the Bauli Sahib. Bauli Sahib, even if you go to Goindwal Sahib now, utte Bauli Sahib Maharaj ne banaya 84 paudiyaan, there's 84 steps that go down to the well. And utte Maharaj kehne uda ishnan karao utte jaake. Go and do his ishnan. Then he went, they took him, they grabbed him, wrapped him, took him down, ishnan karake. They brought him into hand. This is the first time he's going to get darshan of Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj now. They said keep his face covered. Brought Bhai Murari Ji into the darbar, and he's sitting there on the floor. Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj aap asan to uth ke, they get up from their asan, they go down to Bhai Murari Ji, they kneel down, and they say, look, this is Bhai Murari Ji who no one ever asked, are you okay? They used to throw roti to him for. By Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj aap are getting down onto the floor to pick Bhai Murari Ji up. They slowly unwrap Bhai Murari Ji's sheet, and then as they take the sheet off the face, the cord is all gone, the disease is all gone. And then Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj grabbed them and lift them up, and they stand up for the first time. And then Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj hugged Bhai Murari Ji really tight and said, you've come to do our darshan, tu aa gaya, you've come. Bhai Murari Ji are in tears, saying that no one would even come near me. Maharaj Tusita, you're holding me, you're the one who grabbed me, you're the one who's cured me. And Maharaj didn't stop there. This sakhi is a bit long, but let's just continue. Bhai Murari Ji goes, he's in tears, he can't stop crying. And Bhai Murari, Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj Kende in the Sangat said to the whole Sangat, is there anyone that is willing to give their daughter so they can marry Bhai Murari Ji? Can you imagine like the people that are sitting there thinking that this was a leper? He had cord. He has gotten a family. There was one Gursikh who knew that Eta Guru Sahib is a bhajana. Maharaj just said it, so I have to do it. But it's a bit funny. He knew that his wife wouldn't agree to it. He knew that his wife's not going to agree. So what he did was he said to his wife that someone's calling you in the langar jaake seva kar. So she went to go and do seva in the langar. And then he got up in front of Maharaj and he goes, Maharaj, I've got a daughter who's ready to get married. She'll get married to Bhai Murari Ji. Maharaj kende huni kar dena lama. We'll do the lama right now then. And then Sara Rasamothi shuru karne lage, pyar deta, and then they start doing the lama and everything. Someone went and told the mata, the mother, that your daughter's getting married to the leper, to the Kodi nu, vyah karne lage, sheti paj ke gayi. And then she said, Maharaj, ki karta tusi? And she got there and she realized that no, he's not got gourd, he's not got leprosy no more. And then she goes, but Maharaj fair bhi tusi, he's not got no family behind him, he's not got any kamai behind him, he hasn't got no job. Sadi kudi da ki banuga? Maharaj kende, Bhai Murari da pita bhi main aa, maa bhi main aa, I'm his everything now. You think that your daughter has come into my house now. Any badi bakshish. Bhai Murari ji, koi nahi puchda si Bhai Murari ji, Maharaj is just showering blessings upon blessings on Bhai Murari ji, right? All because he wanted darshan of his Guru. That's what we need to keep in mind. Sif darshan karne si Maharaj de unhe. Why I keep saying bar ki we need to start implementing that into our lives. Ki let's get darshan of our Guru, our perfect Guru. Ki Maharaj ne kinniyan badiyan bakshish di. And Maharaj still not stopped there. Maharaj said to assure, just to give that reassurance to the Mata, Maharaj kende, Rendi dunya tak, until the world is here, the universe is here, your daughter will always get remembered first, Matho Murari. That comes in Sakhi, it comes in Sakhi in Itihas, ki Matho Murari. Ki tera na, your daughter's name will be mentioned first, then Murari. And then what Maharaj did was Maharaj blessed them too with one of the manjiyan that Maharaj set up. So Maharaj Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj set up 22 manjiyan, 22 manjiyan, because back then Hindustan as a whole had 22 different states. Maharaj would recruit or would train up a pracharak to a point where say, you're going to go to this state and do prachar of Simran of Sikhi. You're going to go and do prachar of Sikhi. And buying manjiya Maharaj set up. Some of them manjiya were BPN that did it as well. But one of the manjiya that Maharaj gave was to husband and wife, Matho Murari. And they got loads of showers blessed upon wherever they went, whichever state they went to, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਫਿਰ Maharaj ਦੀ ਉਸਤਤ ਕੀਤੀ. But all that stems from darshan of Guru Sahib Ji. Maharaj ਇੱਥੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ having these lot, the Pandits are saying to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, having darshan of Guru Sahib Ji, they're doing your darshan, all pains get destroyed. Guru Sahib Ji continue having this conversation with the Pandits. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਡਿਤ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਹੁਣ ਕਾਂਸ਼ੀ ਵਿੱਚ, Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, Guru Sahib Ji say ਕਿ do Simran on Satnam Vaheguru. All your bimariyan will go away. Be it mental bimariyan or physical bimariyan. Physical illness, mental illness, they will all go away. Maharaj goes, there's 3 types of bimariyan, illness. There's Adi, Beadi and Upadi. Adi is Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Hankar. Beadi is your inside, the nervous system getting affected. Upadi is physical, getting into fights, getting hit, getting injured in that way. Maharaj said, do Simran and all these bimariyan will go away. They all listened and they all accepted that Sikhi is the way. They accepted that Guru Sahib Ji as their Guru and they started walking on the path of Sikhi. I'd like to share something with everyone. That person's not here today, so I'm sure he'll be okay with me sharing it. I said, I think last week, a week before, 2 weeks ago, that we take it for granted, है ना? ਅਸੀਂ we easily say, ਬਹੁਤ ਸੌਖੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਨਮ ਲਿਆ ਆ, ਮੈਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਹਾਂ, I follow the Sikh faith, We say it so easily, but really do you? You just need to contemplate on that. I spoke to someone who comes to the Friday Night Sikhi. His background is that he was a Hindu. He belongs to the Hindu Dharam. His family is from the Hindu Dharam. And when I say Hindu Dharam, they're really Katha Hindus. Really Katha Hindus. That you know these Indian channels that you see, these Hindu Katha Vachaks that come. they come to Katha. They all come to his house where his mother does seva of all these Katha Vachaks, that Hindu Katha Vachaks that come. So they're really Katha, really strict Hindus. He said to me that he was at a point where he was practicing it, but he didn't have shanti within him. He didn't have peace within him. He goes, I was always trying to look for something else. He goes, I researched into Sanatam Dharam. Sanatam is really old, really that he researched into the old Hindu faith. He researched into Buddhism. He researched into Jainism. He researched into Islam. He researched into many different faiths. And then he goes, then I came to Sikhi. And he goes, all the he goes, when I would research into more questions would come into my mind. Like, why is this? Why is that? He goes, when I came into Sikhi, when I started researching into Sikhi, he goes, I couldn't find any fault. He goes, I couldn't find any flaws. And the first time he went to a Simran session, he goes, I'm home. Main kare wapas aa gaya. He goes, I'm home. Eh mera kara. Jado Simran, unhe pehli mara sunya. And when he joined into Simran. And he goes to me this, he goes, you know, you lot who are born into Sikh families, he goes, you lot are so lucky. And I was thinking that, you know what, we take it for granted big time, we do, innit? You know? He goes, because Sikh is perfect. Let's continue. Maharaj kande Simran karo and all the bimariyan will go away. They all listened and they all accepted that Sikhi is the way. They accepted Guru Sahib Ji as their Guru and they started walking on the path of Sikhi. They got rid of their doubts and they started to focus on Simran. Guru Sahib Ji spent many days here and did parupkar on everyone. Where सारे ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਪਰਉਪਕਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਈ ਦਿਨ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਾਂਚੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹੇ. They do many kautaks ਉੱਥੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ. Guru Sahib Ji go to a nearby garden. They sit to rest. Someone by the name of Gopal Pandit gathers Vidwans and he goes to where Guru Sahib Ji are. ਇੱਕ Gopal Pandit ਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵਿਦਵਾਨ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਿਦਵਾਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ. And he has a lot of hankar within him. ਉਹਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਹੈ. He came and sat beside Guru Sahib Ji. ਆ ਕੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ. He goes, Guru Sahib Ji asked him, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਹੋ? How have you come? He said, I want to do charcha with you. I want to have a debate with you. Full of hankar. He's got so much ego within him. Nearby, there was a body of a dead dog. ਉੱਥੇ ਕੁੱਤੇ ਦੀ ਲਾਸ਼ ਪਈ ਸੀਗੀ ਨੇੜੇ. And look how Guru Sahib Ji about to destroy him, but about to destroy his hankar. Guru Sahib Ji ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਚੋਜ ਮਾਰੇ ਦੇ ਚੋਜ ਵੀ ਨਿਆਰੇ ਨੇ. The way they did things was unique. Guru Sahib Ji said, looking at the dog, the dead body of the dog, कि कुकर उठ, get up. तेरे जात पाई आ गया. यो जात पाई आहे तेरे नाल चर्चा करन आया. Can you imagine that? This person who's probably given so much respect because he's got so much knowledge, this Gopal Pandit, Maharaj कहंदे ओ तेरा पाई आ बैठा पिया उथे दा कुत्ता. Guru Sahib Ji, then Gopal Pandit gets really angry, proper karod, gets really angry, and he said, how dare you compare me to a dog? You think we're on the same level? Guru Sahib Ji said, you don't even know who this is. Ek kutta hai kaun? Do you know? Maharaj कहंदे, this is your dada, Bishan Dutt. This is your grandfather. ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਦਾਦਾ ਆ. Gopal Pandit ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਹਿੱਲ ਗਿਆ. He got proper shocked. He goes, how is that my grandfather? But Maharaj made the dog's soul come out and he said to his grandson, the soul came out and started talking and he said to his grandson, he said, like you, I used to debate with everyone. Chacha sare naal karda hunda si main. He goes, ek wari main Mahapurkh kol chal gaya one time. He goes, I annoyed a Mahapurkh so much. He goes, I kept on saying to the Mahapurkh that I want to have a debate with you. I want to do charcha with you. I said to the Mahapurkh that why are you even a sadhu if you're not going to do charcha, if you're not going to debate with me? But Mahapurkh they don't do this. They don't waste their time in these useless debates. The Mahapurkh then said that why are you after me like a dog? Tu kuttya mangu tu chow chow kari janda ya, kukkar mangu, not leaving me alone. Then he goes, I had to come back as a dog. Main kutta ban ke aaya. And then he said this to his son, his grandson. He goes, Putra, तेरे कर्म चंगे ने, that you're sitting next to the King of Kings, Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. In Katha, ਐਵੇਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ, when they start Katha off, when they say ਵੱਡੇ ਭਾਗ ਹਨ ਸਭਨਾਂ ਦੇ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਭਾਗ ਚੰਗੇ ਆ, that you're sitting next to the King of Kings, Dhan Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. You're sitting in the darbar of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj just because your paag are change, your karm, your destiny is great. That's why you're sitting. Your destiny is great that you're sitting here in this moment going through Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Maharaj Jivan. We're doing Sangat in this way. Our destiny is so great that we're sitting in Sangat and we're going to get to do Simran all together. The Bishan, the Dada says to his grandson, he goes, ask for forgiveness. I will get blessed with Mukti now as well. They can do your Kalyan too. Guru Sahib Ji not only blessed Gopal Pandit, but everyone that came there. Sare nu bakshta ek wari, Maharaj ne sare nu bacha liya. From Gopal Pandit's lineage, his grandsons, Hari Lal and Hari Krishan, then they go to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj to get blessed as well. Guru Sahib Ji save all these Vidwans. They've even saving more Vidwans. What happens next, we're going to have to wait till next week. So agge ki hoga? Agle hafte fir pata lagua Guru Sahib Ji hon agge kithe jande a, where they'll go next, and agge kidane naal charcha karnge, kidane naal vichar karnge, who they'll talk to, we'll find out next week. So we'll leave that there, and we'll continue that next week. This week, guys, we haven't got any questions.